right, Mike Lowrie from eXp. How are you today?
Yeah, well, thanks, Lucy. Yourself?
Good, thank you. I'm going to pick your brain about eXp and how you found it so far. So what's your experience with eXp been like?
Yeah, look, it's been really good. Definitely was the right decision to make. So I've been in, we're just going shy of a year now, so it's about 9 months, I think.
Yes.
9, 10 months. So no complaints at all. I think everything that it sort of promotes itself to be, it's probably that and more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I absolutely can't complain at all.
All right, what do you love? What do you love about eXp?
Look, I'll be honest. I love that it pays me more than any other model out there would. So,
yes.
But what that brings is a little bit more. It's probably what it brings. It allows me that I love more. So it's given me more freedom. The idea of working effectively from home. But yeah, I think when the incomes become a little bit more, it's just probably eased up a little bit on some pressure of work hours as well. So it's just provided me a better life balance, definitely.
Awesome.
I've actually managed to, at the same time as starting the eXp, I actually signed up to go to uni. So I've been doing uni full-time as well.
Oh, wow, really? What are you doing at uni?
Yeah, so I'm doing a Bachelor of Business. So it's 4 subjects a semester. So I'm on to my 2nd semester now and cruising through that. So that's
awesome.
what I mean. Provided that, it gives me time to upskill as well. So
absolutely. Do you like it, the uni?
Some of it, yeah.
Is it difficult or not?
I wouldn't say difficult. It's just a lot of workload management. Don't get me wrong. I've had some late nights. Obviously, still working full time, and uni full time is heavy workload. But yeah, some of the classes are okay. Some not so much.
Well, you're doing well.
Very early days, so.
Yeah, awesome. So when you were looking at joining eXp, you obviously looked at other models, I would imagine. What other models did you look at and what made you go to eXp? What was the deciding factor?
Yeah, look, I very quickly looked at other models, but I was introduced to eXp through Bjorn. Well, he mentioned that he was looking at it, so I sort of did my own research on it. It just sort of fit what I wanted to do. The reason I sort of decided to go with it, obviously, yeah, not gonna lie, commission splits considerably better than what I was on.
Yes.
And then the little add-on bonuses, like I approached those bonuses like, the shares or the revenue share stream and all that sort of stuff. I looked at it and went, even if that wasn't a part of their model, it would still be a better fit than where I was at.
Yes.
So it was pretty close to a no-brainer for me. I sort of ummed and ahed about it for a little while. I think really the deciding factor was jumping in at the same time with Bjorn and Chris.
Yes.
It just sort of gave me that. I would say probably that would have been the reason I did swap over. I probably wouldn't have done it on my own initially. I probably eventually would have anyway. But just having those guys there, knowing that we'd sort of tackle it all together as a team and all that
awesome.
was a bit of a little adventure, yeah.
And I think, it's great having friends like Bjorn and Chris because they do all the research. And so they'll just go, look, there's this, there's this, there's this. And then we can just look over it, that's the kind of people they are. They do all the research and the facts and figures. And then it does become a no-brainer because they kind of break it down and everything else. Like I'm more macro thinking. I'm not into the minor details. So for me, when they showed me the research they did, I mean, I jumped before them, but I was like, oh, wow, it really, the facts and figures really did add up a lot more too. It was amazing. Yeah. All right. So how's it? Oh, sorry, go.
No, you're right. I was just agreeing.
Yeah. All right. So how's it been working with Bjorn and Chris as a team in Adelaide?
Yeah, really good. I think the funny part about the three of us is we're all 3 very different people.
Very.
How we tackle our own ways of going about selling real estate. So effectively, between the 3 of us, we've probably got every base covered in one way or another. So we bounce off each other a lot, different skill sets. So, they're 2 great blokes and couldn't think of 2 better blokes to be doing it with at this stage.
Absolutely. And you guys are looking to expand your team. And, I think you guys have got the foundations. You've got everything set up, ready to do that. You've got templates. You've got everything, systems, everything just ready for people to jump on board. So, I think it's, whether you're in Adelaide or wherever, would be amazing for agents to join your team, especially people that are relatively new in real estate too.
Yeah.
I think, it's like you said, it's kind of a bit scary when you're jumping into a new business and all that sort of stuff. And you had Bjorn and Chris to jump in with, but you guys have paved the way already. You've got everything. You can show everybody what to do, where to do it, how to do it, all those things. So
yeah.
I think it'd be great, if anybody's looking at building a team, especially in Adelaide, that they can just jump on with you guys. I think it's definitely a no-brainer, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, with the three of us, like you said, we've starting, obviously we'd love to expand as well. But it's saying that, if like we want to expand, but not because it's, financially or anything beneficial for us. It's just, I don't see why people don't do it. I've had a conversation with a few agents and I've just said, look, cut all the other crap aside, because obviously the other agents out there at the moment are having the same reservations that we would have, and said, could too good to be true. It can't work that way. It's a bit of a fad, all that sort of stuff. And I say, look, even if you take all that other stuff away, like it's just a no-brainer for us. Like the freedom it gives us. We're not constantly being hounded on how our marketing looks and all that. Yeah, commission splits are obviously better, but yeah. So I agree. It should be doing it, but not because it benefits us, because it's just that good that other people should be doing it.
Yeah,
I don't see
agree.
why people wouldn't. I haven't come across a reason. I thought I would by now. That was a question when I was doing my research. I rang, the agents over your side, the Gold Coast and all that, and I said, don't tell me about all the good stuff. Tell me a couple of the teething problems you've had, or what are the issues and all that sort of stuff. And people said, oh no, I haven't come across one. I thought, there's got to be something. There has to be something. So far, the only negative, if you call it a negative, is you have to be self-sufficient. You can't rely on incoming leads from the office or a retainer. So as long as you can generate your own business and comfortably do that, you're good to go. The rest of it, like I said, between Bjorn, Chris, and myself, our different skill sets would allow someone to come into that team and learn from the three of us. So if it's a newer agent, like my skill set would probably be more so, digital marketing, scripts and dialogues. Chris is so structured, it's almost sickening. And
he is.
And that's coming from someone who spent 10 years in the army, and under structure, he's still so structured. So you can learn from him.
Yeah.
And yeah, Bjorn's just he's 25 hours a day he's working. So he's, just the go-getter sort of, and, the client experience that he provides, a lot of people can learn from him as well. So for someone to come in, they would benefit from the skill set we have, but even if not, if they want to tackle it themselves, I'd be saying go for gold.
Big time. And, we have had a few teething problems, but it's something that we organise it straight away. We iron it out straight away. Like if there's something, it's like, this needs to be fixed. Yep, done, And so a lot of people don't even get to see those teething problems. It's kind of, we identify something and go, oh, we need to fix this, and then it's done. So, I mean, that's one of the values is agility. And I think that's something that we've been able to really master, All right. So what would you say to those that are considering joining eXp but haven't as yet? They're still on the outside looking in. What would you say to them?
Funnily enough, I'd say the same thing that I got told when I was started. Just do it, jump in. It's really not as a big a jump as you might think. I'd imagine the main reservations people will be having is, I don't have that office front, or I might lose my current branding and then recognition in the marketplace. If anything, ours has increased. So, I think people are, even the consumer out there, they're happy to see agents come out and go on their own and bring a new brand or that independent brand. They even, like I said, the consumers, they're okay with it not being a franchise name anymore. So I'd say that there's no reason not to just jump in. And the funny thing I used to say, because the best part is, if eXp crumbles, falls to the ground and burns down next week, it's not hard to get a job in real estate. Anyone will hire you. So,
exactly. But even if it did, hypothetically, say it did, you've built your own brand anyway. So it's just a matter of tapping into what you've already done. So, it's really, and as you said, years ago, it used to be that the agent didn't promote themselves and it was just a shop front, and it was a lucky dip of, a seller would choose an agent or, ring an office and they would get whoever came out. You didn't know who worked there really. Whereas now people want to know who they're going to deal with. Before they list with you, Mike, they're going to Google you. They're going to Google me. They're going to Google everyone. You just do. People do. They want social proof. They want to see, who is this guy? Oh, okay. You've been in the army. That's something that they could relate to. Oh, okay. I was in the army, or my brother was in the army, or, whatever. They've got these points of commonality that they can look at. And that's something that I think people actually want to see, the personal branding now. They don't want to see just a logo on the front door. And so if anything, it's, it's exactly what the consumers want. Is what we're doing is listing with a person and listing with somebody who's going to take care of them, not just a shop front, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I think probably for the first 2-3 months after I changed brands, I had some people that I'd met previously, obviously in my previous job, my previous employer. When they rang, I said, "Oh, look, I'll just so you know, I no longer work for that brand." And they said, "Oh, to be honest, I didn't know who you worked for."
Yeah, exactly. Most don't.
We knew Mike as the real estate agent. We were ringing him. We weren't ringing, Ray White, LJ Hooker, Harcourts. We weren't ringing that brand. We were ringing that person that we'd already met and liked, so that was a real big eye opener for me very quickly. Is nobody cares who you work for.
No, they list with you.
Like, the brand doesn't do anything. I don't think, personally does much anymore anyway. If you're a, decent enough person, you don't have to hide behind a brand at all.
Absolutely. All right. And what else would you like to say? Is there anything else?
For me, eXp related, look, it's, to harp on the obvious, look, it is a no-brainer.
I agree.
The support staff, the training aides, people like yourself, the Glenn Twiddles and all that just provide, those 1% little keynotes that you probably wouldn't have access to, especially for free, that can transform your business pretty quickly. And everyone's happy to share it. It's a good sort of community network. For the people who are probably on the fence of, is it too good to be true? It's honestly not. Like, it's just well thought of, that there's not any hidden gimmicks or tricks behind it.
No.
It's like I said before, those, you can earn some shares, you can get revenue share from inviting people in. I'd honestly just take that as a bonus. If it happens, great. If not,
same.
I know there are people that's their primary goal. I'm just going to recruit and I'm just going to build up a pipeline, and that's fine. I think personally, my opinion is I'll get to that. But outside of that, eXp is provided a vehicle for a way better lifestyle for me. I'm much happier. As I said, I'm doing uni, taking holidays, no issues at all. I haven't found a single reason to say, you know what, that's better. And even you turn around and go, oh, but there's no admin support. That's just because they're not here. Like, they're on the other side of the computer and they are so much quicker. I'm looking at a couple of emails here. They came through at 7:10 this morning with listings being sent live online.
Yes.
Whereas I guarantee you that's not happening before at least 9:30, 10 o'clock at your traditional office.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today, they got 1 to 2 people. It's completely well set up. Like, it's phenomenal how everything's been thought of. And
I think we've kind of, it's a massive, big global business, but somebody said to me the other day, it's like we're a small business. We all just jump in and just do whatever needs doing. Like, if we need something, okay, well, I can provide that. I can do this, I can do that. Let's do this. And everybody shares their ideas, and it's a massive, big global company. We're all working in our individual businesses, but it's like we're a small business. We're all just chipping in and helping each other and doing what needs to be done. There's no, kind of demarcation or whatever, it's like, we just chip in and we do what has to be done, and to support everyone. And that's what I love about it too.
Yeah, that's it. There's no hidden agendas. There's no secret deals going on between headquarters and other agents and what commission splits they're on. It's
exactly.
Open, transparent.
Absolutely.
Place. Everyone knows what everyone does, and everyone is so transparent about all that everyone's happy to share. They're not going, oh, I'm not going to help you, because that cuts me out of the potential deal or anything like that. Or like Bjorn and I, whilst we sort of collaborate together a little bit, we're also our own separate agents working in the same area.
Yes.
But there's no like, oh, he's sort of almost a competitor. Where I came from an office where there was consistent arguments about, oh, you're stealing my data, you're trying to take my contacts. It's like they're shopping in their own backyard.
Yes.
Here, it's just everyone gets along, works together. It's great.
Everyone's chipping in. Oh, well, I'm so glad you love it. I love it too. And thank you for your time today. So if anybody wants to join your team, anyone in Adelaide or anywhere else, to give you a call, email you, I'll put your details down. And anybody that's definitely in Adelaide needs to come to you guys. Like, I mean, I can't believe there's agents working in the traditional businesses over there. They should just all be with you guys. I don't understand.
Adelaide, I come from the eastern states, and one thing I've learned, Adelaide, very conservative people. So it'll take time. It will happen.
Just do it, guys. Adelaide, just do it. Go to Mike, Chris, Bjorn. Just do it. Yeah.
Just
all right.
Yeah, take the plunge. Even if you want to do it yourself, you don't want to be a part of our team. It's way better. You got to do it for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks, Lisa.
All right. Thanks. See ya. Bye bye.